We're here at the press conference. I'm speaking with Roberto Diaz, the matchmaker for Golden Boy. Man, how you doing? Welcome
I'm
to
doing
Texas.
good. I'm excited. It's glad to be back in Texas. I love it.
How difficult was putting this card together? You know, with these fighters that you got on this card. It's a stacked card. I mean, up and coming stars. I mean, it's a hell of a card to go to.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I hope the fans come out and support. I mean, Texas boxing fans are always in supporting their fighters, and I don't think Saturday night will be the exception. It wasn't hard at all. I mean, you start making the main event first, and then that trickles down. When we offered the fight to both sides, I think it was a matter of days that we came to an agreement with both sides and made the fight. I mean, it's an important fight. It's a risky fight. It's a tough fight, and I think in our mentality as a promoter, personally as a matchmaker, that's what boxing should be. It's always a learning. It's always progress. If this is a tough fight, a dangerous fight for Vergil, should he lose Saturday night, he's still young enough to learn from those mistakes, whatever happens that takes away that victory from him, to come back and be better the next time around. Similar to what happened to Orozco. I think he learned from the Ramirez fight. He doesn't want to repeat, so he's coming back. But it's an important fight as well for the winner, because they'll be rated at the top of the division with a brand new belt with the WBA gold belt.
And when you were coming out with this fight with Vergil and Antonio, was there any other place than Grand Prairie to have this fight?
No, I think after Vergil's performance on his last fight, I mean, winning in the fashion that he won over a very, very good fighter, tough fighter, skillful fighter like Mauricio Herrera, it was a no-brainer that, Oscar mentioned it. It's like, look, Vergil passed the test once again with flying colors on a great platform, on a great undercard. You know what? Let's go to Texas. It's time for him to showcase and be the main event at home.
It's like you said, you've given Vergil these tough fights, and he's passing these with flying colors. On paper, this fight with Antonio, it's an excellent fight. Both fighters, their styles. On paper, it's a great fight. Now, if either fighter just finishes this fight early, like you said, it could propel their career forward. Are you expecting that with Vergil?
We take it one fight at a time, and you base it on how he performs. I mean, look, going into the Mauricio Herrera fight, that was a dangerous fight. It was a dangerous fight because Mauricio gives trouble to everybody he fights, and unfortunately he doesn't get the decisions that sometimes he deserves. But Mauricio had never lost anything similar to that. When Vergil does that, you're like, whoa, okay, he's ready for the next step. So it's all based on the performance on Saturday. If he goes in there and let's say he wins in a very close decision, in a very tough fight, then you're like, okay, maybe slow it down a little bit. If he goes in there and loses, obviously, okay, then slow it down, come back, make some comeback fights, make some adjustments, and then come back again and go for another run. If he goes in there and wins in a spectacular fashion and wins by knockout, then you're ready for that next level. Maybe 2-3 fights away from a world title. But it's always, let's see how the performances come fight night.
And some of the other fighters on the card, Hector, Dazn, and you have the Rincon brothers, man. How easy was it to get them, along with putting this Joshua Franco trilogy on this card?
Well, it's not like a few years back we were coming to Texas very often, so you could have your Texan fighters fight, or you brought in other fighters from other places to fight. But we haven't been to Texas in a while, so it was only right that you put a card of all our Texan fighters. The only one missing right now is Marlene Esparza, but she was already scheduled to fight. She fought in Cali a few weeks ago. Other than that, it was a no-brainer to put Tanajara, Franco, and then when we were looking, all right, Franco's on the card. Hey, wait a minute, what better fight than do the Negrete fight once again? It's a fight that they could probably fight 10 times, and 10 times there could be different opinions, but it's always going to be a close fight.
And then also with the pro debut of the young kid Tristan.
Very excited about Tristan, and what better place to make his pro debut close to home, at home, and on a card of this magnitude.
Roberto, I appreciate the time. We cannot wait for this card. I can't tell you how exciting the fans have been. They are so thankful that y'all brought this fight here to Grand Prairie for the fans to see, Vergil and the rest of the guys on this card.
Thank you. We're excited to be back, and hopefully we'll be back soon again after Saturday night.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.